preaching, and we're going to see where this one goes because I don't even know. Here we go. We're going to use the same sermon title, but we're going to be in a different passage location today. So if you can go ahead and take your Bibles, and we're going to be in John chapter 1, verses 1 through 14. John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. All things were created through Him, and apart from Him, not one thing was created that has been created. In Him was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and yet the darkness did not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify about the light, so that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but he came to testify about the light, the true light that gives light to everyone coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was created through him, and yet the world did not recognize him. He came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. But to all who did receive him, he gave them the right to be children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of natural descent or the will of flesh or the will of man, but of God. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. We observed his glory, and the glory as the one and only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. Amen. So, how am I going to follow this up? I got some stories. I like them. They're kind of comical. So the other day, I'm eating and talking with one of our youth students who's not here today, and he's sitting there in the back booth where Jill's sitting at, who's not here right now. So you have no idea what I'm talking about. We're out eating lunch one day, and he starts eating, and one of the favorite things is that if we don't pray and I catch someone doing that, I go, oh, you have to pray because you started eating. So this is what I said this day. I went and started eating fries, and I go, we don't know who I'm talking about. I go, young man, who usually sits there in the back booth, who's not there this morning. I go, young man, you have to pray because you started eating before we prayed. He goes, looks at me, and without missing a beat, he goes, it's all right. This food was not sacrificed to idols for yet. And in my mind, I asked myself this question. Now what? What do I say to that? I don't know how to respond. When I was in high school, me and a buddy of mine, we were driving in his Geo Metro. Does anybody know what a Geo Metro is?
Little car.
It's basically a turtle with wheels. At least his was. And we're driving along one day, and it took us, and I live, at this point in my life, I live probably about 6 miles out of town, and there's a highway route where you can get up to 55, legally 60 miles an hour. And it took him, from the time we left town, it took him probably a mile and a half to get up to 60. That's the Geo Metro. And that Geo Metro, it is so slow, and I think part of the story, but we just need to understand how slow this thing is, which has nothing to do with anything. We did something one day when his ice is over Newton, there might be some people that I will not mention that maybe go to the school back parking lot and play on the ice a little bit. Which I do not suggest or encourage, but maybe we did this one day. His car was so slow that you could sit there and you could not get fast enough to even slide on the ice. That's how slow this Geo Metro is. Anyway, so what we're going around, we're going to hurry up to about 55, 60 miles per hour, and then all of a sudden the unthinkable happens. The hood of his car flies up. And you're like, well, ain't there a safety latch? Yes, the safety latch did not work on the Geo Metro. It flies up, comes in front of us, we look at each other, and in the moment, we are just, laughing. We don't laugh like that. I can't bring myself I'm telling it longer out, but this has happened in seconds, like milliseconds, like it's a very fast process. We go from insane laughter to, we can't see. And we're driving 60 miles down the road in a vehicle that we now cannot see the road, and our faces go from pure, this is hilarious, to pure terror within an instant. And so, I go to roll down the window. Well, it turns out the window doesn't roll down. And I'm like, I don't know, just slow down. So my friend, he slows down and we pull over. And then we get out of the car, we have a flat car, we get out of the car. The hinges have bent, we pull the hood down, we tie the hood down. But then the next bad thing is that his window has spider web crack in his entire windshield. What now? What do we do now? And that's where we were in that moment when that windshield hit. There came that look of, what now? I feel like in life is made up of a series of moments where, what now? And it goes from, remember, it's super, super funny, like I just told you, where it gets super, super serious in certain events in life where all of a sudden it's like, what now? I want us to think about the disciples for a moment. The disciples were called by Jesus. They were called by Jesus at a time that God seemed to be silent. There was no new prophets. People were just existing in their walk with God. And all of a sudden, this man named Jesus comes to them and calls them out and goes, come, follow me. And they decided to follow him. And in the process, they realized, well, this is Jesus. This is the Messiah. This is the promise. This is God on earth. This is Jesus Christ. They find him. Then what happens? They lose him. They follow him all up to the point where he's arrested. Then what happens? They lose him. He dies on the cross. He's beaten and dies on the cross for sins. And they don't understand. They don't understand in this moment. They're in this place and they're just like, now what? Well, we all know the gospel story. Jesus comes back to life. They find him again. Joy. Woo! And all of a sudden one day, he goes and he ascends into the heavens and he's gone again like that. Now what? What now? And life is a series of what now? And what I think is really, really neat, what I think is really, really cool, and I really think is that sometimes we get focused on, well, what's going to happen. And sometimes we get so caught up and so scared of what's going to happen. I met a gentleman yesterday. I don't know his name, but we got into, this is also, do not wait to the Saturday before Christmas to go Christmas shopping, because the lines are super long. And then if you are going to stand in the line, make sure the big heavy box that you have is in a cart and you're not going to sit there holding it for 30 minutes. That was me in a place in Evansville yesterday. But anyways, this guy comes up and he's just like, I'm really scared about the future. I'm really worried about the future and what's going to happen next. And it was kind of part of this whole thing. I thought, well, what now? Well, what's next? What's going to happen next? And we get so caught up with what's going to happen next. But all of a sudden, fear can blind us that we miss out on what is happening now. But what about this? Maybe it's even deeper than that. Maybe it's not about what happened, what's happening now, or what's going to happen. Maybe it's not about I lost you, I found you, being lost or found. Maybe it's about something greater. Maybe it's about who has always been and who always is going to be and will always be forever. Maybe it's something greater. Maybe there's something about this Christmas season that we need to go and take a look into and go, well, what is the point of today? What is the point of Christmas? Why do we celebrate it? And you can go back and you can, if you're like me and like to nerd out a little bit, you can go back and go, well, how do we start this holiday on this day? And you can find all this different stuff. And I'm going to tell you what, none of it matters. What matters is that this is the time that we have chosen to celebrate the birth of Christ because there's something significant about Jesus being born. There's something significant about that. What do you think about this? Here we go. And we're not supposed to do this, but I'm doing this. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. This is John 1:1. And the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. This Word, Jesus being the Word, was with God in the beginning. There's this thing about Jesus being in the beginning. There's this thing that what we don't realize is that Jesus always was and always will be. Do you get what I'm saying? I have to tell the story. I told the story at a session union. I told the story to some other random people, but I'm going to tell you all this morning. It's a really cool story. Most of you know that I have started substitute school bus driving. Paul knows the routes to trick me on and not to trick me on, and she keeps me hopping, which I appreciate. I got on this really cool route the other day, and it's a special needs route. And I pick up this young man, and you better get the handkerchief ready. This is going to make you cry. This is awesome. This was a Monday morning. The very first conversation I have today is this conversation. This young man gets on the bus, and he's an elementary school age. He gets on the bus, sits down, and I turned the radio down because I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know what the house that I'm stopping at looks like, because for some reason on this route, where all the house numbers on the mailbox, they're on the opposite side of the mailbox that I'm driving on. So I'm going to see, nope, that's not my house. So they're helping pick out the houses, so I turn the radio down so we can communicate. This kid gets on the bus, he sits down, driving along, and the bus driver usually keeps the radio station on K-Love. If you don't know what K-Love is, it's a Christian radio station. There we go. And you can hear that, and the kids are talking very quietly and not very loud. Like everybody's just feeling like, this is the better route ever, is what I'm thinking. And the kid goes, everyone, Mr. Bus Driver, Mr. Bus Driver. I'm like, I'm just going to make that my last name. Mr. Bus Driver? I go, yeah? He goes, can you turn the radio up? Because everyone's speaking too loud. I'm like, I'm not speaking that loud. So I turn the radio up so you can hear it. And he goes, thank you. Hit drive, and a few seconds later, he goes, Mr. Bus Driver? I go, yes? He goes, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm alone. But then I remember that I'm not really ever alone. Because I have Jesus, and Jesus is always with me. That's what he says to me, and I'm just like, that's the truest thing I've said today. Like, I didn't know how to respond to that, because I did not expect this conversation at all. I'm like, that's true, they heard it. That's awesome. And that's true. And so I'm driving along, processing what I just heard. And then a few seconds later, he goes, I hear, Mr. Bus Driver? Oh, yes? He looks at me and he goes, are you a Christian? He was worried about whether or not I knew Jesus. And I have to say, yes. Yes, I am. And I've been following Jesus for over 10 years now. And I see you guys, I don't know the timeline. It can be more or less than that, but it's still that. And I've been a Christian for a long time. And he goes, wow. And I go, you want to hear something really cool? And he goes, what? I go, I'm a youth pastor. He goes, yeah. He goes, really? And I'm like, yeah. I know, it shocks everybody else too. But it was just this really cool conversation that this young man was worried about me and knowing Jesus. And it's just like this way of, you don't have to be lonely, do you? If you have Jesus. And there's this thing that if we come to this realization that Jesus is always there. In the good times, in the bad, we're in those moments of, what now? See, there's this very powerful thing that the Bible does, and it uses this, and it talks about darkness and light. It uses this language all the time. It's literally throughout the Bible. And it talks about this. Does anybody who don't know this, and my Sunday school kids, you cannot answer this question, because I know you know this, because you told me, and I went through it. What now? Because I didn't expect them to know the answer. But here we go. You ready? Now, you can actually say something. It's okay to speak. Can someone out there tell me what the definition of darkness is? What was that? Don't be
The
afraid.
absence of complete light.
The absence of complete light. Yes, the absence of light. It's this idea that darkness is in the avenue of being empty, being unfilled, being just depleted. The darkness is the absence of light. Now, think about that definition, and let me read verse 4 to you. In him was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and yet the darkness did not overcome it. You know why the darkness does not overcome the light? Because the light always overcomes the darkness. What do you think about that for a moment? What's the point of Christmas? What's the point of Christmas? What's the point of us coming together? Why do we celebrate the birth of Christ? Because there's something about this event where we see the light of men coming to, the light of man, all humankind coming to this world, and we celebrate because it's the starting point. It's a place that changes everything. It's something special about Jesus that when he comes, it changes everything. It changes the dynamics between light and darkness. And I'm talking figuratively, or metaphorically, not literally. Okay, I want you to get this. It changes light and darkness and how it operates, because it's almost like humankind is in darkness, and Jesus comes, and the light of the world has come. So the point of following Jesus is to live something called an illuminated life. My question to you this morning is, are you living an illuminated life? Are you living a life where the light fills you up on the inside? It does something to you because this light comes into your own internal darkness. It comes into your own internal darkness, and it illuminates it. Meaning that all of a sudden, that darkness disappears, and all of a sudden, that darkness, that sadness, that everything, it turns to something greater, and it turns to joy. And you want to get a picture of this? You want to know what I'm talking about? You want to feel the feeling that I'm talking about this morning? I'll tell you a movie you should go home and watch. It's even on Netflix right now. You should go watch a movie called How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, why did you watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Jim Carrey. And I said, well, and here's the reason why. Eber made me watch it. He came to go Christmas shopping, and we found the item that he came for, and then he got a phone call saying they'd already found the item back home. So he drove 2 hours to come get something that they already went out and bought for one of their other family members. So I thought that was great. But anyways, he made me watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and I just remember this scene, and this one part, it was kind of like, there was this darkness, and everything's taken away, and all of a sudden it comes to this point, and it's just this thing, you get this little feeling, and it's just like, that's the point of it. It's when Jesus illuminates your life, it pushes out the darkness. What do you think about that? Living the illuminated life. Light fills the darkness and pushes it away. There are so many people living in darkness today. That's a very sad thing. Because here's what happens when you're no longer living in darkness. We're starting at verse 10. He was in the world, and it's talking about Jesus. So Jesus was in the world, and the world was created through Jesus, and yet the world did not recognize Jesus. Jesus came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. But to all who did receive Jesus, Jesus gave them the right, listen to this, to be children of God. To those who believe in his name, who were born not of natural sin, or the will of the flesh, or the will of man, but of God. This morning, as we talk about this, and as we come to this point in the service, and it's this gut-wrenching thing, that I want you to really think about this. Are you able to claim today, without a shadow of doubt, if you get to drive the bus route that I was on the other week, and the little kid asks you, Mr. or Mrs. Bus Driver, are you a Christian? is in life, every time you turn around, there's always going to be moments of, what now? And some of them is going to be super silly. And if you think about the story with the car, that's actually was super dangerous. Like, we literally could have been, we could have wrecked, like, it was a dangerous situation. And we laugh at it now, but it was a really super dangerous situation. But what happens in that moment, but all of a sudden there's dark times out there. There's no thing, but here's where the joy comes in. If you put your faith and trust in Jesus, that if you submit to God and give your life to God, here's what happens. You become illuminated. You get filled with God's presence and filled with God's joy and filled with light, to where all of a sudden you find the strength to overcome the darkness that wants to tear you and rip you down and destroy you. That's why we celebrate Christmas, because it is joy. That no matter what bad happens, no matter what is going on, there is a joy that we find in Christmas that brings us all together. There's something about this time of year where it makes us refocus on our family, makes us refocus on what really matters in this world. And one thing that happens is there's something about the power of God that transforms us, and all of a sudden it gives us the right to become children of God. That when you do that, that becomes who you are, that becomes your very heartbeat. That becomes your very breath. It's Jesus in you. So I promise you, if you live your life in such a way, and hear me out very carefully, and Pam Boone going to come up. Yeah, we're already done because it's something to think about for all the time. I just dropped a bombshell this morning. Figuratively, not literally. But anyways, thank you. I thought that was a good one. That's not even this. Anyways, your identity is that you are a child of God. Because you will come to a situation, a what now moment, and the world tells you, if you just keep digging deep enough in your own self and rely on your own self, you will overcome that situation. Do you know what the truth is? You are a limited person with a limited strength. At some point, we all have a breaking point. What happens when your inner strength runs out? Because if that's the only strength you have, it will. And you will fall, and you will break the fierce of joy. If you are a child of God, you have the strength of God that is leading you, guiding you, and holding you up. Right now, I know of people that we love dearly, that the only thing that is holding them up is the strength of God today. Because they cannot rely on their own strength. They have to rely on something stronger, something greater, something more powerful, and that is the promise of God. This isn't the preacher going, oh yeah, this is what I'm thinking. No, this is from God's word. You're going to become a child of God, and that identity comes with promises and comes with stuff that you can hang your hat on, that you can trust. This morning, I asked this question one last time. If you want to celebrate this holiday, right, there's 3 things that I want you to do. Number 1, if you are not a Christian, I pray and I encourage you to make a decision for Jesus today, this moment, whatever it takes. If you want to come up here and pray, you can. If you want to talk to someone, grab another adult in this church that you know loves Jesus and talk about it, whatever. Come to Jesus this morning. Number 2, you're a follower of Jesus. I encourage you that when you walk into this Christmas season, that if you want the best Christmas gift, this is from you to yourself, is be more intentional with your walk with God. But guess what we're going to talk about next week? For the worship service. Being intentional with your walk with God. That's the theme of next. It's not Sunday sermon, so that'll be fun. Be intentional. Be in the presence of God, not just at church on Sunday mornings or Wednesday nights, but every single day. That's something that I struggle with. And you're like, what do you mean? I studied this for seminary, which, by the way, no, I'll tell you later. But anyways, be intentional. And the third thing is, don't be overcome by darkness, because the light, Christian, pray that you fill our hearts with joy. I pray that our hearts are filled with light, that we know you, we have a personal relationship with you. God, I pray that if there is someone here this morning that does not know you, that today would be the day that they put their faith, they put their trust in you. God, I pray for those that are sick and that are suffering. I pray that you would just surround them this morning. I pray that you would be their source of strength. God, I pray that we would rely on your strength and not our own. God, help us to be the men and women that you've called us to be, the mom and dad that you've called us to be, the elder, the pastor, the church leader, the person that you've called us to be. Help us be better than